Okay, hi, welcome to another one of my sort of collection videos. I decided to go through my list of different comedy DVDs that I have because I did my just a random collection recently, so I thought I'd just do my comedies for this one because I've got quite a few of them. Yeah, and I'll just kind of hop straight into it. So again, this is one I got over from my dad's house, one of the discs from American Dad. I like the series. It's I don't follow it religiously or anything, but I do enjoy a fair chunk of the episodes. You got Bill Bailey live. I've actually yet to see that one, so need to get around to that at some point. The complete Blackadder collection. This was my gateway into comedy. Actually, I remember watching my first episode in history lesson when I was 13, and then ever since I saw that episode, I just basically kind of got hooked on the genre. Absolutely fantastic British comedy series, and you can never go wrong with it for majority of the episodes. The Complete Dad's Army. I went through this at the beginning of lockdown last year, and I really enjoyed it. It gets better as it goes, as long as the characters sort of cement themselves. You know, just again another one of these things that it doesn't really age with its humour, so you can always rely on it to give you a few good laughs. Father Ted. Again, just I watch this a lot, and just I never get bored of the episodes. It's just really ridiculous of what there is, and just very funny overall. I really like all the characters are just great in their own rights, but I think my favourite character probably got to be Mrs. Doyle. I just love her so much with her eccentric tea making and stuff. Fawlty Towers, you know, just one of the classics. Again, just you can't go wrong with any of the episodes really. It's just very funny, completely timeless. The complete Gavin and Stacey collection, again, just another main thing of British comedy. You can never go wrong with most of the episodes. They're on repeat all the time, but I just always have them on in the background. I love them that much. Ghost Town, a film with Ricky Gervais. It's okay. I'm not really a good fan of this one, but you know, it's still there. This series is quite an underrated thing. Gimme Gimme Gimme. So this is one that kind of premiered around the millennium time. The main thing is Kathy Burke and James Dreyfus, and I mean they sell their roles. They're receptive. I love it a lot. It's really funny. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I'm quite fond of it. This is just a random collection of things from the black and white era of comedy. So you've got things like Tommy Cooper and More Compromise, and just yeah, I mean it's all right. If you know that sort of era, this is definitely good. These are fucking back to those days, but they're the kind of things that they got better as they went along. The first two Johnny English films, I get to get the third one. Those are just the DVDs falling over. First one's really good, second one's kind of the same, third one basically the same. They all just kind of follow the same kind of premise and plot and whatever. So yeah, can't really go too much awry with that. The complete third series of Little Britain, I intend to get a complete collection at some point. Again, just it's very that you grind your teeth when you watch it, but at the same time you can't really look away. It's just that kind of humour. I watch it a lot again and I find it entertaining. And then the Comic Relief does Little Britain, which again is just the same sort of, it's the same premises and everything, just on stage really, and it's fun. Matt Lucas, David Williams, can't go wrong. Some bits from Monty Python, you know, again just one of these bits of comedy that you can never really get tired of. Just various bits from their Flying Circus episodes. Then have The Holy Grail, which for me is the main one of the trilogy. You know, just absolutely ridiculously funny. Can never go wrong with it. Life of Brian, I actually watched this second time around, and I preferred it more than the first time. And just again, just great gags and jokes and everything. These things you can never ever get tired of. And then have a collection of the Marx Brothers films, just listed down there as you see. Duck Soup by far being their best one that they've done. I mean, they've done very good things and everything, but Duck Soup's just the best one overall. It's the first one I ever saw, and I just couldn't contain myself with the laughter. And then I got a bunch of individual films that I bought from a film convention. So I got Go West. I think this was one of their later ones, and that was kind of more, I think, plot oriented, if I remember correctly. But that was a good one. They're all good, to be fair. A Night in Casablanca. You can't go wrong with a rom-com type scenario. At the Circus, I think probably my favourite of the individual ones I got so far. Just again, just absurd. At the end it just gets ridiculous, as they all do. And the big store, love the chase scene sort of towards the end. Just really, really fun. This is a 2 discs in one. You can see one that just fell out. Again, the 2 spare discs that I have are the Mighty Boosh. It's sort of one of these things where you just, it's funny because of how surreal it is. The plot's not really what you follow in it. Need to get a double disc case or something. But, you know, just, you see one episode, you basically get the idea of what the series is going to be about. There's really anything else to it besides some minor bits. Then have the complete Morecambe and Wise collection from the BBC. You need to get the Thames Years separately. But yeah, absolutely wonderful stuff to watch. I never get tired of these. Christmas specials, obviously, their highlights. Just great guest stars, great gags. Another one of these things where it's just, it's mainly silly, which is what makes it timeless. And then got Mr. Bean's Holiday. You know, just can't go wrong with Mr. Bean. I need to get the complete collection of his series at some point. Then Mrs. Brown, I got this as sort of various DVDs. This is some of the first Christmas specials, and then series 1 and 2. I like the series, but then it just kind of, it dwindled a little bit down the line. And then I have the complete 3rd series. This is sort of where they kind of just, you know, reach the maximum peak, I'd say. They do the rest of the series and it's okay, but it's just not what it is when you go any further with the stories. More of the later Christmas specials. And then the movie, because they did get some laughs here and there. It was entertaining. Mrs. Brown Live, because, you know, I got to have it and it's still right. And then All Round to Mrs. Brown's the first series, which I thought was, you know, good. And then the complete 2nd series, where I was just sort of like, okay, I'm sort of stopping there with that. And then just an extra thing which I have here, which is somewhat comedy related. I just have here the VHS of the original 26 Morph episodes with Tony Hart. I just have it, it's a spare thing, which I got a while back. And this is just a, this isn't comedy related, this is anime, more stuff. It's Cardcaptor Sakura. This is just a proxy club book from the 2nd season. Then we're going to move up a shelf. We then have this, which is a box with 2 Laurel and Hardy films as well as a book. See here, Flying Deuces and Utopia. Flying Deuces being the better one of the 2. But you know, Laurel and Hardy, can't go wrong. And then we've got the complete series 1 to 7 are not going out, because I think series 7 was sort of where it kind of lost its steam, and then after series 8 it just changes too much for my liking. But yeah, again, it comes on TV a lot and I always like to watch the episodes. Entertaining. Some of the bears that I have. Yep, so got those. And then the complete series 1 to 7 of Only Fools and Horses. This is up until the Time on Our Hands episode. You don't get any of the other ones after this. No Rock and Chips and other specials that follow through the 2000s. Again, just has a comedy, got it on the background most of the time, and I do get a lot of laughs from this. I really love these episodes, and it's always good to have these, and I got these for a very nice little bargain. Then have the complete 2nd series of Porridge with Ronnie Barker, and the complete 3rd series. This is not really my sort of thing, but I got these from my dad and everything, and just thought I'd give them a go. And it's okay, but you got to kind of grow up with it in order to really appreciate it at its best. The complete series 1 to 8 of Red Dwarf. I've seen most of the episodes. I haven't seen series 7 or 8 as much, so I need to get on to watching those. But you know, again, they're entertaining. I always like having these on in the background, and they're just very, very fun. I love the sci-fi aspect about it. But I think that it has kind of run its course now. I think they need to be on for as long as it has been. The complete collection of Royal Family. Again, it's okay. Kind of, yeah, it does what it does, but it's not my sort of thing completely. But I know some people will really like it. This one's actually very forgotten about. Some others do have them. This is one that doesn't really get repeated as much anymore, but I definitely would recommend it a lot for anybody who's a fan of British comedies. Got the main guy, Frank Spencer, played by Michael Crawford. He does all his own stunts in this, and he just gets through quite a few situations, like this, for example. And that's all actual, there's no special effects or anything there. But yeah, very funny, very sweet. I think it's a very good overall watch. And then another series which I think is quite underrated, The Thin Blue Line. As you can see, features Rowan Atkinson. This was sort of mid-90s. Features a pre-famed James Dreyfus. And it's just, again, just like, you do get some good laughs out of this. And it's just got like a nice, quaint cast. There's not many episodes, so can't go wrong with it. The interesting thing is that there's an episode which they have the BBC recording the Fly on the Wall documentary type thing there. And they actually have the episode edited in this version because the original televised episode had this character, Constable Habib, I can't remember her actual name. She sang a little bit of Frank Sinatra's I Did It My Way, but they don't actually have it on the DVD, which I thought was quite a peculiar thing. So I had it recorded on my TV just for that sake. But again, like I said, very underrated. I think it's definitely worth checking out. It's got some good laughs in it and stuff. You can see the writing because it's done by Ben Elton, who was one of the halves of Blackadder and done other things as well, like The Young Ones and stuff. We then have the complete collection of the Three Stooges, for their shorts anyway. This is actually an American release. They never did anything like this in the UK except for DVD with some of their best moments. But you get everything here between 1933, I believe it is, up until 1959. Again, you can't really go wrong with this if you're a big Stooges fan, which I am. I love it's mainly the early years, but I still like to have it, and I think Joe Best is a bit underrated as a Stooge. Yeah, it's if you can get it, it's definitely worth it. But like I said, it was only an American release, so you have to make sure to get a sort of one of those DVD players that can play all regions. Then had the best moments of the two Ronnies. Again, just great classic British comedies and stuff, it's just the sketches and everything. Really, really fun stuff. Vicar Dibley, again, it's just something that gets repeated over and over and over again, but I watch the episodes and I just never bore with them. They're just really, really fun. Love it. Absolutely stunning cast. It's a shame that we've lost half of them now. And the Young Ones, I definitely appreciated this more of a second time around and just everything that was done with it, because this is sort of when comedy really changed in the 80s in Britain, and it revolutionised it, and this is just a fantastic series, both in terms of the writing and the jokes and everything, and just as well as its impact. So, yeah. And finally, 2D TV, which is just a thing that came around in the early 2000s. Ran a course for a few series, and this is the best, I think, series 1 and 2. Very dated now, but I think it's still, like, I can get a chuckle here and there, just from remember watching this when my brothers did when I was younger. But yeah, yeah, that's everything. So just a little look at that kind of collection. Nothing really too special, but just everything that I kind of like, and I've still got to expand on it more. And yeah, there's not very much else to say about it. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I shall catch you next time for whatever I do next. So long, take care.